So here I am inside of Luna, and I've got the MPC app up here. So I'm going to turn this on here. I'll click on that. You can see this here is my MPC app. I'm going to select the track here that I've got. I'm going to play back. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to this one right here. Good. And I want a tempo. It's my right tempo. I'm going to play this back. Now the purpose of this is just to do a test in Luna so you can get to understand more about Luna, right? So this will play automatic by just pressing play here. Might clear some stuff out in here too and go here to my view. And let's see, we don't need this, I don't need the bottom, I don't need that, that's good. We see everything perfectly right here, everything we got. Now I'll press stop. What we have going on here is that Luna is coming into the system, or rather, the MPC is coming into the system through this track right here. I press play, you see it here in stereo. And this is feeding the main output. This is going to the main, and this is the main right here. So this is going to the main. On the main, I have several plugins I use when I'm going to make my session work. But before I do that though, I want to make sure stuff is on and off. So for example, here in the main, this ATR 102 is off. It's not lit right there. You'll notice here too that the Studer 880 is off as well. Now the Studer 880 is a 24-track recording tape machine. A professional machine, great sound. And so of course, the guys at UAD have mimicked it perfectly. And so now, when I turn this on, it's a different sound. It'll sound more warmer. Let's play this again. I'll turn this on. You can tell by the bass and by the kick drum. Turn it off. So it gives us that nice warm sound to it, right? So that's coming in there, and so it's doing that as it comes into the system. We got no problem with that. And so it's coming in, and this is the channel strip that you would see in a mixing board, right? And so here we would have the input is here. The dynamics are here for compression and for gating. Here's compression. Here's a gate expander right there. And here we have EQ, which can also be a parametric EQ. All right. So you can switch back to what you want to use. And so this sound comes to this whole system. It gets to here. So now it's going to come here to the main. When it gets to the main here, I'm going to turn on this ATR right here. Now ATR is a tape machine that we normally use for us when we're actually going to sit down and make the master to send to someone to master, for mastering. So, and when we come to here, you'll see that this is off. I'm going to press play now. I'm going to turn this on. That changed. We put some more stuff in here. So example, you see right here, it's a tape style. So let's stop this. So you'll see right here, this is the tape setting. This is 456. This is 30 inches per second. This is the width of the tape. And it's a small tape. It's going to say small, but it's like, you know, a half-inch tape or a quarter-inch tape could be put there, and we would record to that tape, and this gives us a sort of a different sound as well. As you can see, it changes. Now watch this. I'm going to press play, and I'm going to tap here. And these are just different tapes that we would use in recording. My favorite here was 456. And I like the 250 for certain types of recording. We use 456 a lot for hip hop. Now this is the inches per second that go by. So what happens when a tape turns and it plays along, the tape is running at a certain speed, and when it is running at that speed, it will actually go faster or slower. And so let's hear this back. That's at 3.75 inches per second. See how slow that tape is moving slowly, And so it's got this drag on it. It's got a real drag to this whole sound. This is 7.5 inches per second. This is 15 inches per second. This is 30 per second. And back to that one. You see what happens? The faster the speed, the better the fidelity. We get more of a coloration of all the higher pitch sounds. They have a really cool sound to them. That's what we use. Now, of course, these outputs would come from the studio if I had a studios on. And now, as I come to here, cut that off. I'm going to come to here now, and now this is what I have for my output. So I would normally have these outputs going on, or these settings right here on the output track for me to get an idea of how it sounds. Like, for example, here, this is a EQ, and this is the BRAINWORX EQ. And here, what I want to do, I set my system up here. I'll come to here, and I want to cut some of the back end, the bottom end off here. So I'll go to here, right? So I'm going to turn this on now. And now, you see this here cuts down? That's by 6. And now it's by 12. So I'm cutting off this stuff in here. I want to get none of that coming in here. I want to control the bottom end. So if I do that, I want to make sure here my mono maker is right about here at 150. This is going to make sure it solidifies the bass and the kick drum. Those are usually just mono instruments. They're not stereo. So this way, they maintain that mono feel there at the bottom. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to check something else out. I want to start using an EQ. So like when I'm doing an album or making a bunch of tracks sound for an artist, I want to make sure the whole thing has its own flavor. And I'll turn the EQ on. Now this will be on the track always. Turn it off. So I'm making this EQ, since it's a beat maker right here. This is a setting I have inside of my Hitsville EQ that comes with my Luna Pro. Oh, I bought it. Anyway, I've got it here. You can get whatever you got and do the same thing. Just make your own settings for what you want to do with it. So now I've got my EQ set up how I like it. Next, I want a compressor. Now here I'm going to use the SSL-G compressor. My settings right here, Blaze, Master, Bus. I'll turn this on. Just making it tight, sort of gluing the whole mix together. I'm doing this to get an idea how this song would sound before I actually track it out and make all the stems work. Now this one here, I'm looking for a wider sound. And you can hear it's wider now. And also, I got a 102 here as well. This is the actual 102. So I come to here like this. Almost like having two 102s going at the same time, right? So you can decide what you want to keep 102 or turn one of them off. There's this one here, and it's the one that's in the track itself that is right here. So I can turn this one on, off rather. It's on. I got a really good idea of how it sounds. And that's not bad at all, compared to how it sounded in the beginning. And this is why I like to use the MPC inside of here, or use Machine or another program. I like to use tracks in here because I can get a different flavor. It sounds much warmer. It's got a real nice sound. It's not too digitally. And when you hear it, you know it's for real coming at you through the speakers. Now I have other items here as well. I have other EQs I could use. I may turn that other EQ off and find a different setting for this EQ. I'll use this. My other EQ would be that. And here also, I've got another one. This is a BRAINWORX I use too. This is a much quicker BRAINWORX I would use. But the same thing I would do here with the mono maker, and also set my parameters up for the output as well. And I use this sometimes when I'm doing different stuff like a commercial or whatever. But I do keep stuff I intend to use in this one channel strip right here, and it makes it easy to work. So let's go back again. I'll turn this stuff all off. And that's how it sounds from the MPC directly. I hope this helps you out a lot so you can figure out how you want to use your Luna setup. This is how I use my Luna setup pretty much. And from this point on, if I like what I've got going, I'm going to track out a song for someone, I'll just track it out. From that point, I'm ready to start getting the individual tracks EQ'd properly, and I get an even better sound. Any questions, hit me below.